Yeah. So, yesterday I was at kind of a mini restaurant, to have my lunch. And so while I was there, when I came in, I met a man uh, with a young girl. From the look of things, I could tell she was the girlfriend to the man. So you could tell how both we are. I was you could say making conversation that they are not married yet, but they are in a relationship. So the girl was just doing her best to dominate the entire conversation, controlling everything. The man was being reserved. I could tell he was a little bit embarrassed, but then she didn't care. She was like trying to, like I said, dominate the entire conversation or control the whole thing. She basically was the one even determining what the man would eat. I mean, it was very embarrassing, to be honest. So, now what made me decide to do this video is before they left, the man now said to her, so I've decided that I'll be selling my car. So the girl, for some reason, as if she took offense to that statement, like, why are you bringing it? Why are you selling your car? You and the man was like, I'm just informing you. So she said, no, 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 no. Why? Why will you sell your car? Give me the reason why you should sell the vehicle. No, why will you sell the car? You made that mistake in the past. You went and sold your car without telling me. Now you want to do it again. Why? No, explain to me why you want to sell your car. To know if I will agree with you. He wasn't saying that. I was like, man, I was there. I was eating my food, and eventually, the man, I think he probably, from, he wasn't saying a lot, but it appears maybe he regretted informing her that, because the point the man was like, see, I just told you, and didn't want to say again. The girl was just trying to control the whole thing. Why? As if he needed her permission to sell his vehicle. Because from the look of things, they don't live together. You could tell when two people who are in a relationship are talking. They don't live together. So at least yet. Or maybe she comes and goes, that sort of thing. Probably wants to marry her, or maybe not. No, no. Could be a side girl. Maybe the man has somebody else serious. Who knows? Could be married, but has this girl. But I don't think she's. Um, it might not be like a married man having an affair. The way they were talking, I could tell. So, by the time they left, the woman who owns the restaurant was like, "This is my brother. That he's going to tell." I said, "Tell you what." I didn't even allow her to finish. I said, "Tell you what." I said, "Don't." I know men. Men, see, we are so blinded. I was also in his shoes in the past. I don't. I told her, I said, I'm not going to deny that I wasn't a fool when it came to women then. So, even when, um, so, the sign were just shooting up, boom, 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 hey, this is not it, wrong. I kind of, you'd be like, I mean, it got a point. I could remember one of the girls I had a relationship with then. Um, one of my friends was telling me, see, don't you see clearly that this person is manipulating you? What is wrong with you? It got to a point I even had to start to whenever I had to start avoiding, even though he was a very close guy. What I mean close, I mean um, somebody I trusted, a male friend. Now I had to now try to avoid him whenever I had to hang out with the girl, because we do hang out whenever. I'm talking of the guy now. The opportunity comes up, but then because the girl made it so clear that she disliked him, that doesn't want me hanging out with the guy, so I now had to, and the guy wasn't hiding it. So it's not like if he was telling me at present that don't you see this girl is manipulative, but whenever he's there, it doesn't suck up to her. So she felt there are some things I would say she would be like, "Are you sure it wasn't that guy that told you this?" No. So I was telling the woman, "See, don't bother. See, it's just men. Even me as a guy, even if I have a male friend and or the guy is my male friend, it might take me a while. I might find it difficult to call the guy out or aside and tell her, see, what are you doing? You don't tell me you're taking this girl seriously. Don't you see what she's? I mean, because if you do that, you could even become the enemy. So the men will never listen to you when it comes to women until they see it by themselves. So that's how it is. So, but the point is this. Like I said, I made some of this mistake in the past. So I don't know if this guy is watching, but the most important thing is for other men who are watching this video, never ever share your intention when it comes to cars to your woman. Don't. Don't. If you want to buy a car, I'm not talking about maybe you want to buy our own car, fine. You can maybe share, seek for our opinion. I mean, that's you. But to be honest, if you are buying to her as a gift, it's supposed to be a surprise gift, so you don't need to seek her opinion. You could, even if you want to buy exactly what she likes, you don't need to tell her, oh, I want to buy a car. What's your car? You could tell, man, come on. It's a conversation. You could find a way, indirect way to find out the type of car she likes. So, you don't need to seek for consent. I want to buy you this car. Do you like it? No, you know. But when you come to your own car, even if it's the only car in the family that you want to buy for now and you're buying it, it's your decision to make. I don't give a rip about all these you two are partners. You are not. If you are the man, you are the leader or the head of the house. Your decision to make, not us. Even if our money is also included in buying that vehicle, it's still your decision to make. I'm not telling you to like what I'm saying. I'm telling you don't make the mistake I made. Our people in my family made or close to me made. Like I said, I know this is a weakness when it comes to men. You know, don't. The way she was, I mean, come on. What if this guy have used this car for a while? And not everybody is a car guy. Just because I have more than one car does not mean every guy sees that or it makes sense to every guy. Because some guys, if they are not really, if they are not car guys, what's the point having more than one car? I mean, they buy one, use it, before you know it, they are bored of the car. They don't drive cars based on the character of the car or the performance of the car. Yeah, it might be fast or anything, but it ends there. It's not like they pay attention to details that make them have special attachment to that vehicle. No. So yeah, so if they can afford to buy another car, why still hanging on to that same car that could even make their life become, you know, um uninspiring? I don't know how to put it. As in, when something becomes boring to you, why still hang on to it? Pointless. You know, you need to have things around you that are very exciting. So, and there are some things you can't really explain. It's like a car person, like someone like me now, asking me why do I drive manual, or why do I have this vehicle or have more than one. As much as sometimes I try to explain why I like manual, but sometimes it's pointless. As in, no matter how I try to explain why I like 406 V6 manual, this one, even when I'm explaining it, sometimes I kind of feel not discouraged. I just feel like I'm drowning myself because I'm not actually, explaining or describing exactly how I feel about that car or why exactly I have the car. Because some things can't be explained. You just know it. When you know something, you know. So trying to explain to somebody else that don't have that same experience or whatever you feel about that, you just like, I don't know. Asking somebody, why do you find your wife attractive or the girl attractive before? How did how did you see your wife before you married her? Even if you lost that attraction, but that initial time, it might be hard to describe to another man. The person might understand, but not exactly how you. That's why, like I say, we feel that blind. No matter what some other person is telling you about the woman, you'll be like, nah. So what are you trying to explain? As in she was doing that, she was just emasculating the man. You need to see series of questions. They were eating up, but man, the man, I could tell that he lost appetite in the food. The way she was questioning him, why would you want to sell the vehicle? It's not like you're asking out of curiosity, like, is the car giving you a problem? Or, okay, which one do you want to buy? Or, she was like, that sort of thing, like, what do you mean you want to sell this car? What? Why? You didn't inform me from beginning. You are now informing now that you made the decision that I want to sell the car. You are not even entered in as a wife. You are still a girlfriend, and you are already controlling his decisions or his finances. I mean, wow. Wow, at the point he was like, don't. I could share one example to you so that you people understand something very personal. It didn't happen to me, but uh, the family. So I I grew up, you know, seeing my father bought about three vehicles. He bought one for my mother, brand new one. Uh, though I met came up like I said, met two that belonged to him. Then even as a boy, you know, from my father, my mother, uncles, I gathered that my father bought many cars before. Um, bought and used many other cars. We bought and used cars, call it maybe 5, 10, who knows. He was kind of the sort of person I just described that, use a car a year or two. Then he was buying brand new, use a car or two. I was like, in the 70s, early 70s. I mean, what else? We change it, buy another one, that sort of thing. So it wasn't necessarily like he was like a car guy like me, but then he wasn't really into, oh, I need to buy and keep this car special. No, it wasn't like that to him. So then I was in primary school, and I remember he, due to the nature of his business, you know, he was kind of supplying goods um, outside the country. You buy some goods and package, export. Sometimes he travels to, most times at that time, he would travel to the country to go and distribute those supplies or goods. So he needed, at a point, he needed a vehicle that he would need, truck, in other words, truck, that he will need to be going to be doing those purchases here in Nigeria, buying them in bulk or wholesale. So rather than using his 504 then, or hiring trucks and the rest. So he said that he wanted to buy a truck. Then it was Isuzu. That time there was nothing like, I'm talking about in the 80s or late 80s, something like that. Could say maybe 80, maybe 87, 88. I can't remember. I try to remember. Within that time, could buy a truck, Isuzu. Then it was Isuzu Tiger. If I'm not mistaken, Isuzu Tiger or something. That's the new truck they were using that time. Not now that we now have Toyota, Hilux, Tundra, the rest. At that time it was Isuzu in Nigeria, at least in the eastern part of Nigeria. Then we were living at Oka. So I could remember then he bought it, raised it with my mother. Then immediately she lashed back, was against him buying that vehicle. Why do that? I was a boy then, but I kind of felt bad too that my father, he was discouraged to buy it. I could tell that he was not happy, probably that he even bought it in the first place. Immediately discouraged, my mother discouraged him from buying that car, even though he actually needed it for his business. You know, I can't remember exactly the reasons my mother was giving. Maybe why do that? Why don't you use it for the family or this one thing I know, women, you always see that women, when it comes to cars, men are doing it because they enjoy having cars. So that's probably how my mother was seeing it then. Or you just want to have another toy for yourself in the name of trying to business for you did it for business. Or could be whatever it is, I don't know. The reason why I'm bringing that because I know years down the line after, sometimes my father will bring it up. After all, I wanted to do this, but then my mother stopped him. He will say your mother. Then, he will just why discuss sometimes he will bring it up. Ah, if I have bought this thing now, but your mother didn't allow me to, or let me do that, or knock me out of it. And also, I think there was a time he also said he wanted to buy a 505 back then after he bought his 504 GM. Probably wanted to sell the GM and buy a 504, 505. My mother. So I can't, the reason why I'm saying this is at that time, whenever he would bring this stand up, you see that kind of saying it as a regret. Things he had the fund he could afford to do, things he would have done irrespective of, or probably we will now be saying it like, I could have gone ahead and do that without even seeking anybody's opinion. He wasn't saying that to us like, oh, don't make that mistake I made then. But he was saying, something he was so out of, he just a regret because at the time he was saying that he couldn't anymore, he couldn't afford to buy any of those things. Or no more, not like the tour at that point, at the point, the business folded, so he couldn't even, it's not talking about buying the truck because there was no need for the truck anymore. Or maybe the 505. So, see, I don't want to even. The reason why I'm bringing this up is I'm using my family to explain these things. It kills men. It tears men apart down the line when they had the opportunity to do something, but then somebody for some reasons irrelevant to that decision stop you from doing that thing. You could tell when he's eating that person up. It would have been better. Sure, even though she might not like it, but if I'm not even informed her, go ahead and buy it. That's why I say if it's your vehicle, why do you need? I mean, I think what's bringing up this is all this idea that they put inside men, modern men anyway, that oh, she's your partner. It's not only your decision to make. Back then, you know, it was all about, and I could tell why. Maybe my father brought it up because there was a time, for what I gathered, he, he, he does whatever he wanted to do at that time as a married man. You know, that was when my mother. I don't want to go into all these things. No need. Maybe on a different channel, not this or a different topic. You know, but I learned a lot. You know, my father didn't need to say everything, but there are some things as you grow up, you start putting these things together. So realize, irrespective of everything, there is a line. There's a line, So don't make that same mistake. I mean, I'm talking about what happened just yesterday, and so I see men doing these things. I also made similar mistake. Not that it has to be about cars, but I'm saying, we can be so blinded that we share everything with our women. Don't. Of course, I'm a monk now, so it's no longer, I have no business again in any form of relationship with anybody. Talking of so-called romantic marriage, whatever, with anyone. But my point is, doesn't matter, even if it's your sister. If you're a man, don't share everything with them. It's not everything. Even right now, there are things very personal that might need an opinion. Or just wanted to share with somebody. I won't talk to any of my uh, sibling sisters, no? I would rather talk to brother, male cousins, friends, male friends, or close person, Then there are things I also, okay, no, this one, no need to go. I talk to female cousins, sisters. No, I don't have female friends anymore. I used to in the past, no, I've stopped it. It's point, it's not, it's not good for any man. No. What's the point? No such thing like that. Other you are dating or you want to have sex with that, other than that, you shouldn't have any female friends as an adult man. Is he your girlfriend? Is he your wife? Or somebody you intend to marry? Other than that, it should be more like, hey, somebody maybe a colleague or something, end it there. Pointless. Otherwise, you become, um, it's not for this channel, or not for this subject. So, don't, don't, don't. I mean, doesn't mean you must be right in all your decisions, but it's yours to make. You lose some respect when she has to be the one. It doesn't matter. I know sometimes you'll be like, oh, but there are some decisions if you have not told her, you would have made the wrong one. Who told you it would have been a wrong decision? That's why, because you've been emasculated at that time, so you now assume that you penetrate them, put them as God over you. So you now look like, okay, maybe you took that decision, you now became successful for some reason. What if you are taking down your own? Do you think you probably wouldn't have been successful as well? But maybe because she advised you did something different, you choose that path, then it worked. You now look like she knows better than you are. Sometimes you see men who are so agile, become married, before you know it, they just look at them, they just like, even when they speak, you see that it's their wife speaking through their mouth, even when their wife is not are not present with them. whatever that is coming out from their mouth is their wife in their home speaking through their mouth. So in that case, it's pointless. So I just don't make that mistake. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing you from experience. Don't. You are not gonna. You know, you see people make that. That someone purchase a vehicle, a very clean Toyota Camry. For someone, let's just put it that way. I don't want to go into full details. Purchase a Toyota Camry, use one, um, took it home. After like 1 week, it wasn't maybe less than a week or something. Brought the car back to the person he purchased the car from and say, "Hey, I want to return this car. I'm not buying anymore. Please, just refund me the money." He was like, "Why? What is wrong with this car? I know this vehicle. This car looks very clean. I'm talking about Toyota car. I don't want to mention the year or the model." He said, "Because my wife doesn't like the car." After how many days of usage? Is there anything wrong with the car? No. Is the car doing anything? No. But you saw the car, we begged and begged and begged in terms of negotiation of the price. He was begging eventually, the person had reduced the price, he now purchased. And he liked the car, but took the car home about 3 days or thereabout later, or 5 days or whatever. Returned the car, please. My wife doesn't like the car. So because of that, sadly, even though I like the car, sadly I have to return it. I mean, wow, it's one of the times you'll be like, man, being married is sucks. Sucks. I mean, I don't know. I didn't have a word to say. I'm telling you, because I know this case. I know when it started this issue, when the purchase was made and when the return was made. There are other cases. Some people maybe they see one good car, very clean. This is what they be looking for. But then they now look into the car. Oh, it's manual transmission. Oh, I can't buy this car because my wife will not agree. Come on, this is something you are dream about. This is what you excite for. This is nothing, but then you can't buy. The funny thing is sometimes it's not even they are buying it like for their wife. No. Sometimes you see that some of these men, their wife will actually already have their cars. They have their cars they are using. But which most likely will be automatic because that's what women prefer. It's hard to even see a woman that prefer manual. And I don't have any problem with that. That's them. You want what you want, fine. But now he wants manual for you. She has her own car, you have. But you not be looking at it like, oh, but I want automatic in case in future she will need to drive my car, or maybe once in a year, once in 2 years or so that she can be able to drive the car. So because of that, I will buy the car with the transmission. I don't really not that I dislike automatic transmission, but I don't like it the way I like the manual. So I just have to drop my desire down to accommodate her and buy a car for myself that I do not like just for her to be happy. I mean, so, honestly, at times I would just, so she will be driving her own happily and you'll be driving your own sadly just for her to be happy that you buy a car she probably may never drive for another 5 years or so. I remember when my father, before that was, I've not even started using I've not taken over the 504 GF from my father then, you know. The only time my mother drove that car was like, could say, should be maybe like 20 years after the car has been in the family. And even at that, I'm talking about the GF because she had her own car. It was like, she only would, let me put it in a different way. I don't think my mother has driven that car more than 10 times. The car was with us for maybe that was it 20 something years or 30 years. 1976 to uh 2000 I converted the car to 505 2004. So the car was with us from 1976 to 2004. I took over in 1998. Or you could say 1999, but just say okay, let's just leave it 1999. But I think it was 1998 that I started using the car. I took over the car from my father. So when my mother started drove the car for the first time, like 2000, 2002, something like that. No, what am I saying? Like 1990, like 1995, something like that. 1995 or 1993, so between 1993 to 1995, something like that. She do, she would drive it like she would drive it that time. My father would travel out of the country, so the car, for her to the car not to just stay one place. So sometimes she would drive it, maybe leave it for another 1 month or so, drive it once a day. So in other words, she she didn't drive that car the whole of those years the car was in the family. She didn't drive it more than 100 kilometers. So imagine if my father actually bought the car, because my mother probably at that time preferred automatic. So you go and buy the car, buy automatic 504 GL, so that to please my mother, so that those 100 kilometers, out of millions, I mean, I'm talking about millions or over a million. What is over a million? Close to, who knows, about 200 million kilometers my father drove that car. I mean, that car was constantly running, constantly on the highway from Katsina to Anambra, from Anambra to Port Harcourt, Port Harcourt to Kaduna, Kaduna to this. But constant, in a week, you must have covered like 5,000 kilometers or more in a week for years. That's how strong and good that GF was. So out of, who knows, let's just say maximum of 1.5 million kilometers or 2 million kilometers my father drove that car. Because after when I started using the car, the mileage has close almost like 1 million kilometers. I've forgotten the last mileage. He has gotten to the end and almost started the fresh. So I think 100,000 kilometers. I've forgotten the highest mileage on the instrument panel. So imagine out of whatever, how many years my father drove the car, and I also drove the car. So he will consider the only 150 kilometers she would drive and go and buy something she doesn't like driving. He doesn't like driving. Just for her to use that 50 kilometers drive on that car. I mean, man, you guys, I remember that time, I was doing some of these things. I was like, oh, it's a sacrifice I had to do. I have to sacrifice my happiness, even when that my friend was telling me, see, this thing, are you blind? Are you not seeing it? Walk away now before you go deeper. So my point is, stop sharing, even if it's not even mustn't be about cars. Stop sharing everything with your woman. It's not best for you. I'm telling you, you might say, but you're not married. How will you know everything? Yeah? Hey, it's your life. I'll tell you, as somebody who is now older, seeing things, have more experience than most of my people that view my videos. Not saying I'm older than everybody here watching this video, but I tell you, also have my own experience. When it comes to certain things in life or come to women, I understand them. Yes, I do. So I'm not naive, or because of this high sex drive in men that cloud our judgment when it comes to women. So No, I right now, back then, yeah, I was like a fool, like every most men. So not anymore. So I'm telling you, not everything you share. It doesn't mean you make all the best decision for yourself, but it's better you even make that wrong decision for yourself and learn from it than she be the one to be making that is going to mess you up as you grow or get older, knowing that she's like you just be masquerading yourself. That's the best I can say. So if you don't want to accept it, leave it. All right. So I hope you learn from this, and